Ugandan can't be happy about it. I'm not really happy. There's a question I always ask every time I sit on this show. Nobody has ever given me an answer. Tell me what happened during Idi Amin Dada's time or Bote's time that has not happened in this regime. I always ask that question. As a journalist, I've tried to research, but I've not found any. What I'm seeing happening, I mean, sometimes I was about to say you regret being Ugandan, but no, nobody can regret that. It's not right. I want to state, and this is my opinion, not the opinion of BTM TV, nor the guests that I have here, but I want to say this is not right. What I'm seeing happening in Magere at Kyagulanyi's residence is not right. I'm talking about the second runner up in the just concluded presidential elections. It's not right what is happening at his home. And what General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, the CDF of this country, what is posting, again, is not right. Like I said, that's my opinion as a grown-up man. And I don't care what the repercussions will be. But what he's posting is nothing but utter nonsense. I've seen him posting, and at times I'm like, it is regrettable. Shouldn't be seeing such from a leader of the Chief of Defense Forces. I wanted to start the dialogue in that manner. And the Inter-Religious Council, again, because I'm always hosting, so I wanted also to share my opinion before I bring in the guests something. The Inter-Religious Council, your silence, again, so regrettable. You are the people who, preach in the mosques and the churches and what. If you're mute about what is happening in this country, then maybe you're part of the problem. One thing I know about religion is that you come out and you condemn what is evil. Muhammad condemned evil. In fact, one thing, the hadith, or what the Prophet said, peace be upon him, is that when you see something bad in the society, you either use your hand to correct it, you talk about it, or you hate it. But Religious Council, you being mute, with this happening, you're not helping us in any way. My name is Idris Amongi, and I'm totally responsible for everything that I've said. It's time for the dialogue. Let me now open it officially. Mwanga Chivumbi was arrested. He's accused of terrorism. You remember during elections, over 10 people, according to police, there were 7, but those who said there were 10, were killed, at his residence. Police picked him up. They came out and told the nation that they arrested him. And he was produced before court yesterday, and he was accused of terrorism. Kyagulanyi Ssentamu is still in hiding. At first, when he said that they wanted to arrest him, people never took them serious. But what we are seeing, the raids on his home, the harassing of his family, the wife and everybody, it always proves, and also what General Muhoozi has been posting, it all shows that indeed they wanted him arrested. We have a new Lord Mayor, Balimwezo Ronald. I've ever hosted him, not once, not twice on this show, The Dialogue. Congratulations to him. He's now the newly elected Lord Mayor, replacing Elias Lukwago, who's been in that position for the last 15 years. NUP also produced a good number of local leaders. Congratulations to them. Now, to help me discuss all these issues, from the extreme end, I have Mr. Magwasman. He comes from that party, that is the NUP. Good to have you.
From Budaka.
And from Budaka. You always want to say that.
Yeah, of course. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, my people of Budaka.
Yes.
Good morning, my fellow panelists. Good morning, Mwangi. Thank you for hosting us here. And I thank the management of BTM to give us this opportunity. We are not the wisest, cleverest, but we are the chosen ones.
True. It's a pleasure having you. Mr. Matovu Vianney Ngoma, he has seen it all. He has seen it all. In fact, before we come on air, we discuss a lot of issues. And he has taught me a lot of things, given me history, sometimes corrected what I already knew, which was not even actually correct. Because for him, he was there. He saw it. Good to have you. Always a pleasure having you on this show, sir.
Thank you too. And I'm grateful to come and face off with the viewers.
Yes. What you see happening from where you're always seated or standing or lying, either in your bed or sitting on your couch or moving. What is your perception of what is transpiring in the nation?
What is transpiring is what they have told us, what we don't know, Genesis. generation. They are calling it Gen Z. They are having about 3 clusters. The Gen Z must be Gen Z. But a person of my level, of my eye, not experience. When you talk of experience, you are wising yourself. We don't wise much. We move with the environment. I mean, after all suspicions of hatred arose in those years, brought a barracks in the home of my father for 8 years. But these ones are enjoying because they have never been affected or even lost their own people. You know, in Christianity, we are talking about those the clergy and the who under interreligious. The religion of interreligious is different of mine. Mine of the school, of the minor school, not theology, tells me that you know and you think of death being bad when you lose a person of yourself and whom you love most.
Yes.
But killing another one can tell you that I'm even saving Catholicity, Islam, and what. It is better and fair play. So, neglecting the elders, you come in yourself as police, as army, as what. He will implement the parade, the drills, and the precautions of the firearm. But what has affected others and what made the 10 points program to come in and revolutions, you don't know. But yours is who can we marry and we eat most and we be fair ourselves.
We be on
That
the
is
dinner
the science.
We be on the dinner table.
That is the science they have. Now, in the most highest terms possible, this was elections. It was not a battlefield. It was not a besiege, as I hear. For us, we don't know those words. We pick them on the road. When you go and besiege and do that one is not an election. No, that one is a confrontation, a conventional war against the other who is standing wherever he is. Now, that image is rubbing out what was an election into a warfare. Into a warfare. Because now, it is not Chamburana alone. If I am not steady and delay outside a bit, those who are on foot can whip me along the road. But for us, we are only eyeing there alone. We are all surrounded because most of us, we have to make sure we leave the town as early as possible, whether advised, whether you know, whether wise or not. You have to run away. Now, the image which our people were proud of has gone away. One time, I went at Prestige Towers here, this East African newspaper. When I went there came a military man. Then the manager of that bureau told that I'm a man that, however much you tell me you are of which rank, a military man we cannot fear. We only fear police. It's only which comes at every person's premises to arrest, to harass. But now it has changed. When if a uniform, not a person, is enough to scare you, a uniform is enough to scare you. So that image, they should maintain that one. These ones, they leave it with the police and others who are involved. So that of my brother, Mwanga Chivumbi, is an eye-opener. As those lawyers Because wherever much you go to parliament, whether you are not a lawyer, you become a lawyer because you are going to legislate, to make laws. They must save us with these evil laws, oppressive laws, and repeal them. Forthwith. Let them not tamper with making new ones. Because when they were making this one, evil one, I appeared before Tasobia.
Yes.
This commissioner of electoral commission was the one who was the chairperson of legal and parliamentary procedures committee here. I told them, don't tamper with anti-terrorism. It will cause problems here. You throw it out. Let us do with our own laws. They have no problem. What we don't know about the law, after passing a law, it comes with procurement. An anti-terrorism law must cause a procurement of tear gas, a procurement of heavy arms, and you constitute an institution called anti-terrorism organ. Anti-terrorism organ, when it doesn't have work to do, can create it. Like you go to the villages, I'm going to give an example to our viewers. Go to the village where there is no a sorcerer,
What is sorcerer?
no charms. But when you get a problem, you get a sorcerer. Wherever match is won, everybody must be charmed. Because work must be created. That's why you can't find charms in a church, in a mosque.
Yes.
It must be in the village, where those activities are. But for us, in the parliament here, what they concentrate most in the legislation is one. We have won. It has passed. They think that it is a joke, as I am here talking. It has passed. It must pass with repercussions. Any law must have a side effect. Whether you like, whether you have policy or not, it must be with heavy ingredients of repercussions and what it will affect. That's why they left a room of amendments and reforms to help. Now this parliament, the 12th, should make reforms only. Let them not table any new laws to weaken as we had weakened. For us, we need the foot soldier who didn't go to school. Our statute number 1. Freeze these people harassing the people. Freeze them. No any police officer from 1986 to 1994 has ever done this. You go in records. You, the journalists, you are not of today. You were there. Bring and see. Even let it be a market, a police officer, an armed man, could not have any right to go in a market and arrest anybody. Must report to the chairperson of the traders. When the chairperson of the traders refuses, you can't take that man. But now, as I am talking, I am criminally reliable. As I am talking, saying that I don't want, I'm not supporting those, I'm criminally reliable because of the current laws, which are suppressing us, oppressing us. How do you make laws as a representative to suppress, to squeeze the room of rights? They are yet to direct us whether to breathe or not.
No, I won't reach that point. Mr. Magwasman, I think I've not heard you since the elections. I heard you actually before the elections. You're from the NUP, right?
I subject to National Unity Platform.
I was asking my boys here, my colleagues here whom I work with, because most of them actually do support your party. So I was asking them, are we in the new Uganda or the old Uganda? I want to subject you the same question. What happened from where you were seated? I mean, did you concede defeat as leaders of NUP in Budaka? Nationally, what was declared by Mr. Byabakama last Saturday? at Lubowa. Did you agree to what he said? I'm talking about the results of the elections.
Muonge, when I sit here, I sit at Magwasman, who is a National Unity Platform personality, or a former district chairperson, a former Bukedi sub-region coordinator, a former member of parliament aspiring for Dhaka constituency. I don't sit here as a spokesperson for NUP, but
now, as for your opinion,
as it is, we never conceded. Of course, we know the exercise was mired with brutality from the word go. We saw arrests starting from Dr. Kizza Besigye up to today, still incarcerated. When we were going into an election for him, they are alleging that he was planning from Kenya, from the other side, and then now he's in custody. When we talk about now today, the entire exercise, of course, we saw it, how it was being organized. The CDF is treating good enough. You've just given a very good introductory part of this topic on your own basis. The way the CDF is behaving on social media, of course, the social media covers a lot, and people are eager to read and understand who you are. When you open up your mouth, of course, you tell the world you are. And then we see arrests here in, here out, the Eddie Mutwes, and even those who were arrested in the previous election, the 2021, they are still in custody. So we went into this election, we knew that it would be mad with all this, but again, we need to pray for our country, if prayers can work, and if God can answer our prayers. Because now, if we are having people whom we think that we can lean on them, and then they guide us accordingly, like the CDF and the likes of the institutional leaders like Electoral Commission, Byabakama, the Justice Byabakama. And then you see what is happening. Of course, you wonder whether really we are going to concede, or we can concede as National Unity Platform. Of course, we cannot concede due to what is happening. One of our presidential candidate, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, is in hiding. That's number one. Number two, we are having 3 of the vice presidents. They are detained. Others are incarcerated. We don't know where they are. Mwanga Kivumbi, luckily enough,
at least for one, we know he was produced, and we know what case he's been accused of. But for the other 2,
nowhere, and even past 48 hours, and this is the constitution they made themselves. So of course, I always tell you here that we were not there. We are just reading, implementing, and following, and then asking what went wrong. These are the things, these are the laws you put in place and said we are going to move this direction. Now we are moving the direction you told us to move, then you are taking a different and punitively giving that actions. But be as it may, Mkulu Muonge and the viewers, we need all Ugandans, we need to wake up and understand exactly what Uganda is all about, because this is not election, this is not democracy. The values and the principles of democracy is not anywhere reflecting in this country. Because if someone can just come in an election and open up and say, I'm going to kill Nupu foot soldiers, I've killed the Sofa 30, I'm going to kill the Kabobi. So those utterances, one, they differ from the principles of democracy. 2, they even decay our governance in this country. 3, then the aid, because Uganda depend on aid, Mr. Muonge. We like it or not, because we collected 23, actually 31. We collected 31 and the budget is inflated up to 80, like the previous one. Is it 82 trillion? So we needed the funds, we needed institutions to fund our country. But if we are having shabby elections of this nature, we are having tweets, we are having utterances from different sources which we expected them to be the guardian father in this governance, then we are not going to get all this, because World Bank cannot fund a country or cannot fund any institution with this kind of a governance where they don't know. I was telling one of my colleagues that I don't think whether there is a sober investor who can come in this country with this kind of leadership or this kind of politics.
Well, considering the privileges in place for them, they should be coming. Who doesn't want
the privileges are there.
From the 10-year tax holiday, the free land that is allocated to them, a number of things.
See,
there are so many incentives for investors.
The good thing with these people in the government is they give themselves those incentives. They give themselves the tax holiday, they give themselves tax free, they allocate themselves the loans, even land free, cheap labor by restricting the minimum wage. Now, if you expect a serious investor like that of Adidas and Nike can come and invest here, and those are the biggest we see, of course you are daydreaming, because these are the people who also first of all look at the political question. How is the president, how is the leadership changing in this country? And if I invest my billions in a country like Uganda, will I be able to get it, to yield it in the short run or in the long run? Now, if it is in the long run, do I have that agreement, or do I have that concept that I will get it out 10 years from now? What will happen to the Mzee of 81, who is again posing on the paper and claiming to be the winner? Of course, they announced him, but we don't accept that. And even many of the countries and the investors who looks at the way we are conducting the election, of course, they will know exactly what is happening in this country. So we are in a dilemma as a country, we are in a dilemma as younger people, and we need to come and raise up ourselves and say enough is enough, or elsewhere. Then we use the Constitution. I always emphasize using the Constitution. Why? Because that's the only legal framework that we can use and apply. Article 1, Article 3, all the rights we have. But you know what happened? Now we are having a CDF who is becoming seriously. He's like now, he's a decree master, he's a treaty master. He comes in and punch in and put in a tweet. You know, one time I was trying to advise those people who quote Magwasman. He was talking about this. He knows what next. Arresting, pinching, plucking our eyes. Please also take this message. Tell him if he want to rule by decree, overthrow the Constitution, because it will go in the record that you overthrow the Constitution and you rule by decree. But as long as you treat like that, you are in a position of determination, then you are going to be caught up at a certain point, and that will be a bad precedent whereby they will say, Mtabanyi wa Museveni used to break the laws, and yet they have the capacity to do this. Go to speaker.
I don't think actually they will say the way you have said it, that they will be blaming, they'll be mentioning him, but they will be actually mentioning Museveni himself, because when what I read about what was written about Idi Amin Dada's regime, most of these killings they're talking about, I don't think it's the one who was doing them directly.
Yeah.
They were being done by other people. But all the blame goes back to him. And that's why we ask this question. Does the president really care about his reputation?
Yes, that is the question. That is a good question. Mr. Mwonge and the viewers and my fellow panel, Museveni is no longer in control. I don't want any Ugandan to make any mistake. Museveni would not do all this. Museveni would not allow this. Remember when he was is it a commander?
Oh, you're speaking so nicely.
Land Force. Yes,
Museveni
was a clever man. He's not just old. He's just overtaken. People around him are now doing what they want him to see or to know, not to understand. Because the Museveni I read about it, the Museveni I grew reading and watching and facing off, is not this one. The Museveni cannot allow this kind of tweets to go anyhow, but he's now tired. The man of 80, we are entrusting him with again 5 years. We are sending him to grave. That is very bad. And then, for good luck, if God calls him when he's in power, we are going to see chaos, because the mentality of our hopeful CDF, the one everyone is looking at, is the son of the president. Everybody is singing a standby generator. We saw the rally, we saw the movements which were moving out, the birthdays. Of course, even he comes closer and say, after my father, I will become the next president. Yes, you want to become the next president, but what are the strategies you are putting? Are the strategies these tweets? Are the strategies putting people under the basement and treating them like that? Teaching people different language from a different, region, where you are going to create that inherent hatred that people, they used to teach us Rugwere in the basement, so we hate Bagwere. So these whole narratives and the entire thing this CDF is doing, of course, we don't see him. By the way, today as we speak, everyone knows that the country is in the hands of Muhoozi, not Museveni.
Mr. Vian.
Yes, sir.
As a public relations practitioner, I always ask the question, does Museveni care about his reputation? Let me tell you this incident. One time I've ever seen President Museveni so much annoyed. I saw his face change. Was when he was being interviewed by a certain journalist in Kenya, Nairobi. It was in 2016. Remember those days when the university was being harassed and beaten and what? So there's one time when he was badly beaten and pepper sprayed by one Gilbert. So Museveni had gone to Nairobi, and also basically had been carried to Nairobi for treatment. Now a journalist from a certain TV in Kenya interviews Museveni and puts this question to him. How different are you from Idi Amin? I saw President Museveni's face change, became red. He was so annoyed, and he was like, how dare you compare me to Idi Amin? Do you know what was people getting killed, thrown to the Nile for the crocodiles to feed on? So, in other words, why I brought all that, I saw Museveni doesn't want to be associated with bad things. He cares about his name. But if that is the man who I thought he was, what is just happening now doesn't speak to that. He seems to have reached a point where he doesn't care. Let whatever be done. He doesn't care about his legacy. He doesn't care what will be said when he's long gone, in my opinion.
It is not Museveni alone. And I too, I don't care. Because this business of freedom fighting was not for him alone. Because we are all entirely quiet. And there are those of our kind who enjoy them by pronouncements, tweets, and the like. Hey, it shouldn't be, because when they were hanging during the courts of Pilate, others were added on Jesus Christ. We shouldn't make Museveni alone. The primary core of freedom fighters, they are there very many. They should come out and get books right, because they are recorded the best. Even if we don't know how to read and write, you journalists and other researchers can write. Take an example about Museveni. You go and get recordings in radio, in UBC, 1994, when Museveni was lecturing the cadres of the youth women. They brought youth, women, youth and women. They were the first committees in 1994. He was lecturing them at Chankwanzi. One of the boys from the lecture of President Museveni asked him, you have told us who is Amin, who is Obote, who is what? What caused all this? The answer was President Museveni answering that it was only those leaders arresting the leaders of the public, not even respecting them. That's what caused that stiff conflict. We want to go by evidence. UBC, they are there if they didn't destroy them. That's what can help us. Because when you don't have a case study, a case to base on, you can't solve anything that is right or wrong. We have to correct these things with not personalities, with available indicators and causalities and happenings. The happenings are the ones that help us. So the happenings now are revealing to us that we Ugandans, we are so forgetful
Of the past.
Yeah, we are bringing the questions which arose way back, that whoever is eating is not supposed to mouse out. He's not allowed to talk. Because the war was between Kawanga Semongere, together with his allies, on the argument they made that after the overthrow, what will happen? When they grilled him much, he responded that for us in our culture, when you are eating, you are not supposed to talk. This is the business of the oppressor. When you are oppressing, you enjoy. There is at times when they whip you. When you make an alarm, they say, Yekoza.
He's eating.
Add more. Strong. But what can settle this? The whipper, let him also be whipped and experience. Then we move together. That's what will help us. So, all means were made of raw governance, and we formed raw governed state. Let us all be equal, and I pray that this parliament help us to amend an article which is in the constitution that the president shouldn't be sued. Why is it why is it that over America is sued? Let him know that in case of this, there will be this. Because for me, I can be violent. But what makes me disciplined, the conscience of knowing that when I become violent, those to come for me are very ready. But when you don't have those to come for you,
that's what we mean that the law creates order, prevents anarchy.
Let us all be charged. Let me equate it with the case of Mwanga Chivumbi. That of Mwanga Chivumbi, as they are charging him with terrorism, let them also charge the others of murder.
Those ones who shot people.
Who shot,
yes.
Yeah. Let us balance. Because what is more oblivious? Terroristic words or murder?
Imagine having...
If we balance there, we shall move forward.
I think we can all imagine what Mr. Chivumbi is going through. It's, first of all, it's traumatizing having over 7 people shot dead in your own household. Shot dead in your presence, in your own household. You are traumatized as a person. And then shortly after that, you are picked up and blamed for their death. The man must be terrorist now. He's a terrorist.
Whether he was with terrorists, those who killed them, because I don't think that there is any force which makes a warrant or a marching order that go and greet them with bullets, like those of Napoleon. If Napoleon has resurrected here, that you go and greet them with beautiful bullets. Now, if the law stands that murder is a chargeable offense, let them also, those who went on that rampage, be charged also with murder. Then Chivumbi will prove with his terrorism there, the balance of the bar will be corrected. But it is not correct. We are all there at the scene. You are segregatively, selectively charging me alone as if I intended it. No.
The one who hosted the people you killed now is now a terrorist. Those who killed the untouchables. And those are the things we were talking about by the previous whatever I was on. And that really you are blaming Mwanga Kivumbi. Yes, it is in the court, but then blame even those security operatives who are harshly using the firearms to kill innocent people, because I don't think whether they were armed as well. Because if you encounter an enemy, use the minimum force. Not enemy actually, those who are not enemies. Those are the people who are defying, those are the people
okay, let's use the word criminals. Let's say they are criminals. But what does the law say in Uganda? How do you deal with criminals?
Exactly.
You don't take the law in your own hands.
You bring
you
it to
kill,
book.
you stop lives of people. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. Can you imagine in this country? And those are the things I was talking about.
Let's first take a break, gentlemen. We shall come back because there are a lot of things to discuss, and some of them which first make you lose your breath to think before you speak. Be back shortly, don't leave us.
Don't miss on BTM.
Bring it near me, I'm addicted.
Simanyi na kumanya nfu. Buli kimu kiryoke. Papa every single time. Fresh pig getting woke up looking for the broccoli.
I mean, make you make a bite. You forget that.
Easy if you gonna leave me, baby, go and leave me all the way. One girl alone do everything that just amaze me. Go down there, why not go down there?
Me, I give you something you will never forget if you.
Oh, yo, I'm dripping. Noko, noko.
Sit back and relax with BTM. We transform. Don't miss on BTM.
Haven't seen him before. I guess he's new. These two.
Hashtag soft life.
Wow, you have such a beautiful voice.
I think.
Yeah, you know, I should totally write something for you.
Amara.
Yeah, where is she?
Who?
Amara. Yes, she should be here getting interrogated.
Who?
Amara.
Lydia! I want something or someone.
Look, Anita, you don't have to be upset. You don't have to be unhappy. You could decide to forget about everything that happened and move on.
Sit back and relax with BTM. We transform. Don't miss on BTM.
Aino tobaako kyozaako kano tugenda kanyonyoka kuva ku Monday paka Lwakutaano gubeera 7 paka 8 ez'amala g'ekyemisana ne tukaddamu n'ekiro zibira sawa 5 paka sawa 6 ndugwa mugambe mukano bigenda beera birala mukko bigenda kyukamu the manipulated keka sinema ye tugenda kanyonyoka ku BTM TV nga bulijjo nekimemememera nga bulijjo action packed movie lwaki okiwendowooza ey'okubiri nga BTM TV yawo wetuli kugambye zibera 7 kuva ku Monday paka Lwakutaano
즐거워 보이십니다, 도련님.
the manipulated keka sinema tokiwendowooza yakubiri zigenda kudda okunywa firimu yino yaffe okulaba ku BTM TV nga bulijjo.
Sit back and relax with BTM. We transform. Don't miss.
People, my name is Spice Diana, your star girl. Yeah. Ready, Sana, I'm ready. Yo. The level up is here every Monday to Friday. BTM. Tojivako, number 1. You're ready now.
Sit back and relax with BTM. We transform.
Coming live to you from Kampala Road here on Toban Center building where we're best. You're watching the dialogue My name is Idrissa Monge, still here with Mr. Matovu Vian. He's the national coordinator for FRONASA, and Mr. Magwasman. He is from Bodaka and is an NUP man. Gentlemen, now you're in the opposition. I really feel for you. I don't know.
You feel for us?
Yeah, what I'm seeing now in the country and what? Yeah. Isn't this kind of going to make you, take a few steps backwards? Because what is happening here is your leader, Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, still in hiding. What has been happening to his residence, you saw the other day, last night actually I saw the videos where they're alleging that his wife was abducted. But for the raids, we saw them. And up to now, I don't know what reason the state can give me for putting Kyagulanyi's residence under siege. Maybe you can tell me.
It's just because we have just finished an election and the suspect is the winner, and then the second
only that, let me just add this. Only that, it can't surprise because I've been here longer and I've seen things.
Yeah.
Kyagulanyi is taking the same path Besigye walked. We saw that happen in Kasangati. and I don't know, let me also say this, Mr. Magwari, and I leave the whole thing to you to discuss. There are some members in your party, or your supporters of Kyagulanyi, who at one point in time, they undermined kind of Dr. Kizza Besigye with some of the statements. They made some statements that were not deserving. That's why they would say, my Besigye and Museveni are playing games. I don't know if they saw such things. Now, Kyagulanyi is subjected to the same harassment Besigye was subjected to. Take it up.
See, Ugandans are angry about the governance of this country since 2011. We saw what happened in that electoral exercise. Up to now, we are still having that trauma and those scars on our heart and even our mindset. We don't know where exactly we are going as young people. I was by then very young, and now see someone looks at me and says Magwamukuze. But then you cannot attribute that to the leaders. Of course, we have to attribute it to those people who also go and vote and then after leave it to the leaders. The leaders are just representatives. But before I can maybe go up to that where, as you said, that opposition were in trouble, I had my colleague here saying about the amendment of the constitution, where president should also be prosecuted, a sitting president. Yes, that can be also done. We also agitated that. Even I'm among the people who want to repeal Article 99 of the Constitution, too much power invested in one person, and then we expect him to be patriotic enough not to mistreat it. Because if you leave Article 99 to stay the way it is, even if it is tomorrow, me, Magwasman, I will become a dictator automatically. But we need to act accordingly. Like now, we have a problem with the electoral laws. Of course, it was the catastrophe of NRA, who had a majority in the parliament. They never wanted even to come, that electoral reforms to come. However much they are blaming it on Nupu, that we never supported Impuga when he was bringing it. But be as it may, we all wanted it. But the issue is what was going to be the end result of that electoral reform. Now we agitate for it. We agitate, even the NRM now should look at it and say, really, if chaos erupts in an electoral process, if all whatever has been happening, who is the beneficiary? The beneficiary remains one. The beneficiary remains the party in the leadership or the party in the governance. Now, if tomorrow NUP is in the governance, if tomorrow PFF is in the governance, then we are going to have a problem. Because why am I saying like this? If you are having a sitting president who is the fountain of honor, who is the chief in command, and then electoral exercise is marred by brutality, beatings, killings, massacre, incarceration, and then barrel stuffing we saw last time, and even this time, of course, we saw on the social media, though it was blocked. Now, who benefits? Is the sitting president or the party in the governance? Why don't we have a standard to live? And we say, yes, in case of any involvement of the army or defense in the electoral process, which is not constitutional, we should nullify the electoral exercise. And then we keep it up to May 12th, and the president will be out. Then we shall see what next now. If you set that standard, you are going to create a system that is going to give you a leader responding accordingly. Because this is the fountain of honor. This is the chief in command. He can command the army to go out of the electoral exercise. He can command the police not to use the excessive force, because remember, is the is the chief in command. But as long as we look at him like he's a golden father, he's the honor and honor, he can just leave us on his own mercy. We saw it happening. And I call upon all the stakeholders. And when I say the stakeholders, it's you, me, and you, and those people, those viewers, and those in the parliament as well, those who have been given an opportunity to go and serve the will of the people. We need to repeal, we need to change these laws, at least if we can. If I was to go to this
what can I
parliament,
do?
If I was to,
I'm looking at myself particularly.
yeah, you have, what you can do to that regard. You have a leader, right? You went into an election. You voted. Somebody you voted is your voice. He will voice it out where he's supposed to voice. There is a local government that we have now. We have the councils. We have the parliament. You have ministers. Those are representatives. You have the president. You voted. I'm sure you voted Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. I'm not anticipating. And then if you have the voice, please, can we all collectively have that voice to say no? However much we need this country, we cannot really it on lawless status. We must have laws to govern. I remember here now we have the law like a president should be at this age to this age. You should have 5 terms, then you go into an election. Yes, it is ceremonial, but it's working out. If we can have such a standard put that a sitting president, I don't know if that one law, even a page, maybe if it can work out for this country, it can help a lot of things. If a sitting president, a chief in command, and is even campaigning, is a candidate, can allow the army to do whatever has been done in this electoral exercise, really we need also to act accordingly, irrespective of the party you belong to say no way we can allow the army to involve in the electoral process, we can allow the security operatives and the police. If this happens, we can have this. And then we shall have the election free, fair, and credible to deliver leaders. But as long as it still stands, we are still having a problem. Now, you say that you pity with the opposition. You pity yourself as well, because even if you're opposition or you're not opposition today, if you are killed the other day, if they are promising to kill more in addition to the 20 they have killed, or they are promising to take you to the basement, it is irrespective of where you subject. We are having rumors, not even rumors, these Kenyan who are incarcerated here, they gave testimony when they went back to Kenya. And they said a son of Geno Kaindo Tafire, a brother, is also there under the basement. Very many people who are there, and they are unknown. Only those people who have come up on the social media, on the limelight, those people we know that we can now agitate for. Like now we are looking for Rina Rodriguez, we are looking for the vice president in Western. They are nowhere to be seen. Imagine if they can incarcerate those people and up to 48 hours, we have never seen them appearing anywhere. Yesterday, our legal team was seeking for their release immediately because they have spent over 48 hours, but no one knows where they are. We are having.
You filed for habeas corpus?
Now, if that is happening to those icons, those people who leaders, those are vice presidents. What about those people in Budaka there who cannot even feature in any camera? How are they being mistreated? How are they being mistreated?
That's why I asked the question.
So we need to be.
Doesn't this kill your spirit?
It does not kill the spirit, because however much you want to kill the spirit of those people who are coming up to voice out, you should do why they are coming out to voice out. If I come here and say there is no medicine in the hospital, and you want to kill that voice, have you put
because as an NUP member, if you see your leaders, to begin with, your president is in hiding.
Vice president.
2 vice presidents are still heading communicator.
Spokesperson.
Where does that leave you?
Yeah, that is the spirit, of course.
Don't you get demoralized?
That is the spirit they want to kill. But let me tell you, the will of the people and the voice of the voiceless will never be silenced. No one knew that Magwasman will one day become what I am. No one knew that there will be more Kyagulanyis who are coming. No one knew that VSJ will go out, or Sebagala will go, and then VSJ will come, and then now Bob Wine coming, and then more of these are coming. The issue and the concentration we should put is, why are these people coming up to voice or whatever they are voicing? We should not just come to silence them, because you cannot treat diarrhea by covering the outlet. You want or not, you need to excrete it. If not, then it's going to kill you silently.
Okay. Mr. Vian, group Kyagulanyi nja kukimaraho. He was in Bunyoro, that's where he made that statement.
Just wait.
NUP lost a number of seats in Central here. They are now they are going to be 43 in parliament this time around.
52 right now. We have
52.
52. Yeah, we have 52.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's really good. You're sure?
52.
Okay, 52 from 57.
Yeah.
Okay, and so NUP losing a number of seats, particularly in Buganda, and also Chagulanyi's figures dropping from 36% to 20%. Is Museveni working towards that, exterminating Chagulanyi's group?
My little understanding, for us, we are amateur, we don't understand. I don't see a winner and a loser. Because when you go to the road mayorship, the voter turn up, and those who didn't turn up are many than those who voted. Think for us, we get puzzled.
Interesting, just like I saw in Mukono here.
Now, on the presidency, half didn't turn up for voting. Because out of 21 million,
you're right.
10 million didn't turn up. And we don't know what happened, what is killing the morality. And the zeal of these people not to come in to take choices, to choose leaders. That one, we are not only eyeing these who are conflicting like grasshoppers. They are in one calabash, biting each other. These politicians, that's why for us, that politics game, we don't even eye most there. They are in the same calabash, biting each other. The philosophy now they are using is of the grasshopper. They have the philosophy of the government of the grasshopper.
After they are eaten.
Afterwards, they will all together be fried and be eaten. Now, we must mount an extensive consultations with Ugandans. Convince them respectfully, not even coercing by force, so that they can disclose why they don't turn up.
Yeah.
All the elections, let it be by elections, let it be fresh elections, the turn up is revealing what is hidden, of which we want to dig out. Before digging it out, we shall remain in darkness, chasing.
And I don't see anyone being concerned. Like now you're raising it. Not even the Electoral Commission. We're talking about 10 million people not coming out to vote. This is your thing. Yeah. But they're not concerned about it. The Abakama should be now dispatching a team, a research team. Let them hire us, by the way, so that we do research. Find out why these people are not turning up to vote.
Yes. Yes, because we are chasing shadows. You may find those, though I have won, they are not with me.
Yeah.
If they are not with you in those numbers, I don't expect they can give you an environment to serve. We must go to these people, we learn, because they brief us, we brief them.
As the president,
come out with a common.
As the president, I would think he should be concerned that if these people are not turning up to vote, to change leadership through these means, legal means. Maybe they are harboring other plans.
Yeah. That's why I want we go and consult them.
Why are they not coming?
Why are they not coming?
Right.
Probably they are harboring other ways which may not be good for this nation.
If they are annoyed, we apologize. Then they guide us on how to move with them.
If we were to make it compulsory for every adult 18 and above Ugandan to vote, let's do it. But if someone...
10 million. Last time we had, because it was 18 million, only 10 turned up. So 8 didn't. Now there are 21 registered voters, 10 million didn't turn up.
Go in by elections here, Kawempe North. Out of 200 something, 30 came and voted.
Business as usual.
How many remained behind? And this is of recent now here. We are, instead of thousands, we are calculating in hundreds, and then the percentage comes.
No, I don't. You see the logic. I don't understand the logic because the country is a population of 47, 45, as they
approximately 50 now.
50, yeah. Then you're having 10 million to decide for all these. I mean, what are the institutions really doing?
And also on that, Mr. Vian, now that we raised it, you see how we're all interested in it. Now we're contributing. NRM told us that they have over 18 million registered voters in their register, in their yellow book. Now, even themselves, they never had all their supporters come out and vote for them. Because if they have 18, and the general people, the entire number that turned up was just 11 million.
If that numerical strength is active, is positive with them, they are at the capacity to win all the positions throughout the country.
Of course.
And now they think that the opposition, or me, who is not a player, I'm the one affected, and they are as well internally affected. So we need to correct this and make sure we are moving with a correct society. This is what is causing the problem here in Uganda, in what we are lamenting of in law. When law society went to those who studied law, it went vague. The society is society, the law involves me who didn't study law. When it is Uganda Law Society, we should all be members. But when it went to lawyers alone, for us we neglected them, they are suffering alone. This is why you see this Semakade died alone, because we were not members and concerned. So these things, we see them as minor, they may be major in practice. So what we need to do, let us correct every institution in its content, not form. Here in Uganda, very many people who doesn't understand, we are saying that Uganda, throughout the world, has the best laws, but the implementation
is poor. Yeah, I've heard that several times.
No, the words,
they have even praised our constitution.
The words we are handling the subject. When you hear of human rights act, hey, that is not what is internally there. That is the form, human rights. This is why you see it doesn't help. It is a billboard, like my brother is saying. For us, what we know is to get catchwords, go into this, into practice, gains, protecting gains. Hey, when they declare, we have all unanimously, that's what they say, gained. But in the unanimous, few molested. It doesn't work at all. You don't mean what you are saying. We are not principled. We need to grow principles of maturity. Let's be mature. This is a play game of maturity according to the law we are using. The reason why we don't allow those of 17 below, we hope and expect them not to be mature. And it's absurd, those mature, they are vaguely acting childishly. They can't even consider the movements they are taking. What is making us ashamed? And this error is dangerous. There is no way how we will hide in the darkness. Whichever I am talking now here, I was being interviewed on Deutsche Welle. There is one of my friends was not there. Today, sent me that link
and the clips.
Then I called her. I said, where did you get this? Said, on TikTok. Now for us, we think we are here, but things are crossing far. And when the literally know, for us, we are, the laws of Uganda are crossing us out of information. We are not of information, because the UCC, I remember one time the UCC was fighting with my late friend, Tamale Mirungi, chasing him on these platforms.
Yeah.
So now, then the law here doesn't allow us to get information. Because the law created those who will change what I am talking. They call them editors.
Yes.
Why do you edit my wisdom? Why do you edit?
Compliance.
Actually, sometimes
compliance. Comply to the laws.
Vian, sometimes when I'm a talk show like this, I'm like, really, we come here to speak what we ought those people to listen. But do we speak what they must understand and know? Do we really speak out our mind? Because if you come here and say, if I speak about this, this is the restrictions, in fact, you're talking about. But be as it may, I always call upon the corrective measure of we Ugandans to understand what exactly we want and which direction to take. We want or not, the regime is going. Nature will take it away. You can also take it away through constitutional means. But if they go, who are those people who are going to be the guardian fathers? Who are those be the leaders? Are we going to have the same?
Now you're speaking General Muhoozi's language, General Muntu language. Think about the aftermath of Museveni.
Yes.
Nobody in the opposition talks about that, but General Muntu has taken center stage, showing concern that when Museveni, yes, maybe the problem now, but when he's long gone, the aftermath of Uganda without Museveni.
Of course we know. That's why even when I was here, just on this platform, before even there was a platform I was on, I was even saying the same thing. I was openly there. I said, if Museveni dies tomorrow, because death is nature, you cannot say Magwa killed him. No. If he wakes up,
he knows himself has been hitting on going to meet God.
And yes, he wants to go to paradise. We wish him well. If the following morning, them say he's not waking up, what will come next? How can we trust such that edge blanket, and we're even contented?
We should be asking you the opposition, how are you prepared?
For us, we are prepared. The vote was supposed to speak. Even you see here in where we are seated, someone just appointed. Now is going to be, after appointing, approved by the Electoral Commission. Tell me who won the Kampala Central. Many people were calling me, Magwasman, hey, that is Aisha Kavanda. And I was shocked. I said, no, Aisha Kavanda is in Butambala. Here in Central, they have Rubomboya, and maybe the second run-up will be Mohangi, or the other man, the comedian. But surprisingly, we are seeing someone called Misa, and he's appointed.
She has been a minister for Kampala.
Look at what happened in Wakiso. You want to tell me the Wakiso here, and he came from nowhere, and he has won the electorate? That's where I'm sleeping. Look at different districts when we come to local government. This is like appointment, and then the Electoral Commission is approving. That is where we have reached. In fact, if we go on this same rail, we are draining the democratic principles in this country, and then we are dragging ourselves to an elementary level where no one can even respect any electoral process or exercise in this country. And that is unfortunate. And that's where we are going. We have nothing to do. But Ugandans outside there and those people who all pick out our clips and say, we take it to the boss. Take even this one and say, really, Museveni, if you go tomorrow, which country are you leaving behind? What are you leaving for the Magwas who are living? Are you leaving them in the basement? Do we have the different? Do we have the bars between the barracks, borders, defending the territorial sovereignty and involvement in the affairs of the security? Or do we have those forces which will come out and say, no, we are UPDF, we are not subject to any? Do we have those police who will come out and say, we are here to enforce the law, not orders, stupid orders? I remember even my president was always saying, we don't have bad police officers. We don't have bad officers. We have bad commanders for those people. Now, if we have bad commanders, and those are the people who have been entrusted with the power to command, what are you commanding? Will history tell you that really you commanded rightly? Mr. Vianney was just saying it here, that he was somewhere on the platform and he was they were having a topical discussion. The following day, a friend is sending. Now, if history is going to tell you that these are the things you are communicating, these are the things you were talking when you were on BTM, In 20 years from now, how are you going to look at them when you are just crippled at home? We don't know. Our life may dictate otherwise. But do we really put in the media, do we really put in the population, do we sell ourselves to the public that after here we shall see a new Magwa, a good Magwa that we shall go and lean on and say, Magwa, binumwabi kolanga mutia. I remember I have my CA there. He's called Higaye Malevu. Even he, by the way, he watches you always. He told me, I always see you, Magwa. Wherever I go there, I go to him and say, how was it? According to the way they were enacting the 1994, 1995. That is the guy who is called CA. Everyone who knows him as CA. A good one. But he knew how they were manipulated during the enactment of the 1995 Constitution. So are we going to be judged by the bad deeds, or we are going to be judged by the good ones? Precedences we are setting. Really, will our grandchildren look at those people who are setting them as being pioneers? Shall we read the Benjamin Odokis? Shall we read these people who are, you know? I think we need to reverse ourselves and say Uganda will be there after us.
Okay.
What will the generation read on Muwonge, Vian, and Magwa?
Well, I want to read some of the messages from some of our viewers. There's this gentleman called Moses Kalunji, and he says the problem is that we have reached an angle of politics where political parties are fighting to prove their strength in some areas by making sure that the one who holds their flag becomes a winner by all means, however much he or she isn't voted by the majority. And due to so we are going to have a big number of leaders holding offices for honor of political parties, but not the people they represent. So I think laws to deal with corrupt returning officers who declare false election results.
Yeah, of course. Look at the will of the people of Kampala. Is there a will? Is there a will of the people? And which mandate is she going to execute?
This is local
Who voted her? In Central. These people have...
Mr. Kavanda?
Yes.
Why are you minding us? You think she had no
Mr. Kavanda to win Rubongoya?
Yes.
Oh my God. Yesterday, we were in Akawa. There was a polling station. They were trying to rig for a certain lady. I will not mention the name. They gave her 400 votes at a polling station. Then the road mayor, at the same polling station, the road mayorship, the total, he got 72. And when you add the others, it went up to like 90 something. Now the question was, who are those people who came to vote for only that lady, 400. Then they never even spoiled a vote, voting the mayoral race. Where are they? Did anyone see them, that crowd coming? So
well,
with kind of impunity and stupidity of rigging, I don't know, this country, I think we need
I just saw something interesting before I come to Mr. Vian, because I want to ask your opinion on now NUP grabbing the road mayorship. In Mukono, I saw the returning officer first announced Mr. Muyanja Senyonga. Then shortly after an hour, that was after the coming of some certain captain here. They went somewhere for an hour, then after she came back and actually...
And also a different person. I know that the people need to be dealt on.
Let's come to Kampala.
Finally, you're eating pig and going to the mosque at the same time.
Engaboye Kampala, like he's been calling himself, Mulodi Wali, he has fallen. Lukwago has not fallen alone, but PFF has fallen. Semoju, was defeated. Lukwago defeated. Now PFF is nowhere in Kampala, not even in Wakiso. Your reaction to Lukwago's downfall from the Lord Mayorship, and what it means, what it means for the PFF, where does its future lie?
When you have a problem, must make sure and know how to deal and handle that problem. The PFF, it is similar to FDC. They were with a staggering problem of how to take leadership. Then amongst themselves were succumbed by what is called money, which they classified as evil money. Then the evil money, the evil money created the split. As you split, as we were saying, this era is dangerous. Whichever you talk, whichever movement you make, let it be a child who is suckling must know. All eyes see you. By all platforms, let it be TikTok, let it be what? You must be visible and address yourself. Political unaddress reads truth of either the position you have or what you are vying for. That's what caused the PFF to lose its incumbency. Now, this is an eye-opener. The problem with us, we think we are more special. After winning the elections, you don't consider or to dig more to know why you are arch-rival lost. You say, you go by anxiety, rejubilations, we have won, we are in, then you push on. The NUP, the best, this one is here, will take the message. You need to know first. Before bringing these manifestos you tell us and other plans, why the road mayor are the very people who refused to vote him in. Here we don't manufacture. So that you think that those who were manufactured in this last term went away by the industry made, then they manufactured others. They are the same people. You must first understand why did they decide to change their elective mandate to another one. That's what we don't consider. That's the problem with our leadership here. We don't consider such. And that goes with the aftermath you were talking about. And also this one is also an aftermath. Let us not keep considering things to the presidency alone. And most of the things I consider important are these local governments. Because those of presidency, for us to vote, to access them, it takes long. But with this Barumwezo, whether he expects me or not, I must go there. Whether he wants me to go there or not, must go there. So, my brother, I want you to go and inform Barumwezo. In his office, he should chase the character of these security officers, the secretaries, making the office harder to access. Because during these elections, I was an observer at the time. When I reached there, I found the police saying, car sticker. I said, I will not waste time to quarrel with this one. I called Masco, the head of political. Said, hey, rush here, you get it. When I reached at the entrance, I found those police officers. Is he expecting you? I told them, do I need him to expect me? Or if I have a service I want here, I can come. You first call him. Then we talked to him. I refused to call. I said I will not call. I have called him when I was coming here. If I keep calling, I will look as if I am harassing him. You go and ask him. If you don't want me, I will go. He will wait for me, and I fail to see him. I will not harass with phones. There is what they call appointment. I don't know what it means.
Need appointment.
Appointment. When they want our votes, they don't schedule them.
Do you have an appointment?
But after that, you must get an appointment.
What?
Yes.
Those things, the protocol, those animals, those... I hate them most me alone. I don't mean others, but with me, they disturb me. And we are going to have a problem, my dear. Because on Tuesday, if Monday was not a public holiday, I was going to take a letter. I sat down, I wrote a terrible letter. I am taking it to the director of National Curriculum Development Center. I want them to change these syllabus. Let them write about me. They take my evil to the university so that our people can understand that one time given moment Matovu was a counselor here, did this evil.
Yeah.
It comes a case study. Then bringing this, the reason why we lose sense of understanding ourselves.
We quote the successful one.
We are with Mukwawa, we are with the Kinjikitiro Strong ago. We are studying the Napoleon.
Vasco da Gama.
Whether you go to Sandhurst, you are with Napoleon. This is why they can even misbehave.
Yeah.
Because the day-to-day, the daily management of us, we don't know ourselves. Because these mistakes are coming because we don't know ourselves. Let us expose these people, not by demonstrations, by their written researched deeds. They go to books, their in-laws, their sons, their who, they study about them, they get embarrassed because I can do what I may do by impunity I have, but my children can answer. When it is shameful, they will be embarrassed.
When it's
good
one day.
Because this is why we are now caning people doing this, because we don't come out with papers to present to the people so that the people can discuss about them. Then we understand who we are.
Okay.
We don't know. That when we lose that exposure by syllabus, you can imagine somebody bringing a syllabus of long ago, what will I understand? Mostly, we are blaming these people, but they don't know.
And
even going to the army, they don't know the history of the army of Uganda. They only consider what I hear, a letter from LC1, a letter from Giso. Then, senior 6 and above. Whether you don't know, you know. And even I was laughing at these big people, the Asuman, who went to school, who are not like me. To find a paper, Asuman, this Professor Asuman, calling a paper that it is an academic paper, a written paper, bring your academic paper. Can a paper be academic? Can it know what is written on it? This is Uganda. This is what we need to expose. We are there, we are like gadgets.
Yeah.
Hey, because somebody who calls a paper written on words being an academic paper or a testimonial, testimonial, those words, or a paper being an curricular varsity, then we need to correct so that we can get policed people. This is why you see in religion, those people are very smart. When they have a sheikh, whoever knows how to read and write must be a polished one. In that theology, when it is Christianity, whether he knows how to read and write, they must polish. For them, it's not a game, because there is that saying in Ankole that the business, they say that the business of educated, of the English, kills that one who doesn't appear. As long as you appear, however much you don't understand, you are there. That's why we consider these paper qualifications. Paper people. We have paper readers, paper representation. This is why you find a representative making a law that with me, as you see, I am not supposed, I don't know how I can organize myself orderly. I need the police to make me orderly.
Keep land order.
When I am
I
walking
want
on the
the
street,
police to know that this is a lawful
Assembly.
unlawful assembly, as if they assemble us and parade us for their business. That's what should be corrected. We must task, I'm repeating it here, we must task these readers, the legislators, not to come out with new things. And in Uganda, we need to have, there are some of the positions we joke with for fun. The positions we joke with, there are two in Uganda here. the Attorney General, the Solicitor General. Those are the masters of the law. This is why you see, and even the Attorney General has the mandate to check them. But because he's also a party, cannot scoff any word. Because those are our advisors, for us all in governance on question of how to govern people roughly. If they can even say, let's sleep and wait, let's not even talk, they will hate us, we shall get a problem. Those are positions we are not supposed to look for your partisan member. Yeah. Here in Uganda we have a problem. We only we can neglect this as man because we are looking of our own, as if it is a family matter. Leadership and politics, we are taking them in a family issue, like friendly issue. What? That's why we have these problems. Okay. And this is why our philosophy, which helped us most, died away. Ours was open criticism. This provocative, I hear the police telling us that provoke. They are even threatening us, don't provoke security. Who here on us is supposed not to be questioned or asked if we are to read the well-policed governance?
All right, let me first read this message, then I come to you, Mr. Matova. This gentleman says, greetings to the dialogue panelists. I think that the voters' register is exaggerated to leave room for stealing the election through ballot stuffing, setting up polling stations in factory premises, giving preferred candidates more votes than actually counted on declaration result forms, and so on. It is a total mess of sort. God save the Pearl of Africa. That's Kamba. As we're about to get out of here, congratulations. At least don't just lament on what you lost, but also celebrate. You grabbed the Lord Mayorship.
Yeah, congratulations. Thank you.
You now have Kampala at least in your hands.
That is the
as will,
that's the will of the
you have a capital.
But you see, the logic here is there is a illegal activity going on in Central, and I want to be open.
Illegal.
This is my narrative, and I stand by it. So you need to get a Central, NRM as a Central Member of Parliament, not to fight the harm. I will be open with the trenching. I think I can tell it trenching or covering or innovating or modernizing the Nakivubo. Lukwago has been, but yesterday, if we were at the Dar es Center, if we were following news, these people struggled to get their own so that they can hide this Hamisis Mwana Kivubo. Is it the modernization, so forth. But Mr. Muwonge, I picked one statement from the outgoing road mayor. His concern was like, you gave Hamis Kigundu to develop this in Kivubo, but do we have the timeline that the investor, is an investor, is going to run it for a specific period of time, then he hands it on to the Ugandans? Is it there? Have you ever seen it happening? You see, people never took it.
Did you see the initial plan, Mr. Vian? What the president shared, what Ms. Kigundu was supposed to build there. It is totally different from what we are seeing.
Exactly, and that's how where
we never saw the building.
That's where messages are coming in. But my point is, you see, Mr. Muwonge and the viewers and Mr. Vian, if we can do this to attention, Lukwago came up with it because maybe people were tired. You see, there is a time people will get tired of you, however much you do good. There is a time to leave the stage. Lukwago pointed out that my concern is in whose interest is Hamis Kigundu developing this Nakivubo for. This guy is taking it for good. We want to see the timeline. He's going to run it. Like now we see the express, this the feet all, this road. At least we know that Chinese are correcting. At a certain time, they are going to hand it to Ugandans. But there is nowhere it is written that Nakivubo is going to be handed over to Ugandans. And these people are just taking it just like the way they have just bought land in Budaka there and they develop it. So that concern is a bit lingering in my mindset. I'm like, who is going to come up and distribute? But of course, we took over. We are going to take over Kampala. We are going to also pioneer it through our Lord Mayor, Engineer Balimwezo. But be as it may, the logic here was get people who can now silence when they are doing the development in Nakivubo, so that we all avert bad noisemakers. They call us noisemakers sometimes. But of course, we cannot just make noise out of a brew. Yeah, that is it. Otherwise,
thank you so much.
I'm happy to have all this discussion, but we must remain Ugandans after election.
In a second,
that is very important.
In a second, what do you think Balimwezo's leadership is going to look like? At least for Lukwago, we knew him as a defiant man, defying whatever has been brought by government. As we get out of here, Balimwezo's
his friend
approach. Yeah.
Then Balimwezo.
By the way, I also want to congratulate Mr. Balimwezo. Has ever appeared on Dialogue, not once, not twice. So I've hosted him a number of times on the 2 other TVs where I've worked. So Ronald Balimwezo, congratulations, sir. You're a very good man.
And congratulations, Nope, as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Then Balimwezo is having a problem, a steep one, because the plan of this city, which we are designing, has been tampered since it was formed as Kampala City, before reaching capital, before reaching what? Now, and the current law, that's why I am running to Parliament, will not help Balimwezo to do what is right. Because the current law say when a man constructed in a wrong place, to remove that building, compensate.
Yeah.
Compensate. When a man constructed in a community road, compensate
before he demolished.
So this is why you see most of the projects in Uganda are failing. They commissioned the standard gauge in Uganda. Uganda, we are getting embarrassed all over. But that of Kenya
is finished.
That of Tanzania, they have constructed about 5. But with us here, because of compensation, now here, those offenders will fight him, however much he is doing the right. Because himself, as an expert, as per his promise, which people elected, they elected not Balimwezo as a person, they elected the ideas. That's what we are considering. Those ideas to be in place. While this one is telling us that constructing the channel is beautifying, is modernizing, I have never seen in science and in construction that a natural one is not better, because you base on the natural to get a modern one, to transform to modernity. And then when you still believe that as we construct there, the city will be better, I don't know. Even very many people, those who are in big positions have constructed in swamps, have constructed in whatever. Then NEMA itself, there are those committees which they formed, they are there. Because NEMA now, me, who is not an expert, I can quarrel and re-quarrel, but NEMA can give out a certificate.
Yeah.
When NEMA gives out a certificate, you mayor,
you have nothing.
I'm afraid we have to get out of here at
you have
first
nothing to do.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vian Matov. Thank you so much, Mr. Usman Magwan. Thank you so much, our dear viewers.
But I got a message from my people in Naboa Trading Center there. He's called Kasoro. Robert is the chairman for that area. He was like, thank you for hosting me here.
Okay, thank you as well, Mr. Chairman, for watching. I want to say again what I said. at the beginning of the show. This is not right. Mr. President Museveni, you are not immortal. You should care about what is going to be said about your regime when you are long gone. I saw how it hurts you when someone, relates, your regime, that of Idi Amin and others. You should care about reputation. What is happening in the country? I mean, it's not really right. The raiding on your competitor, I don't think it's right. And also the tweets from the first son, the general. Again, they're not right. And the civil society organization, I think some have done their work and have paid a huge price for that. But the Inter-Religious Council, I think you better go back to your churches and to your mosques. But you're not helping. I mean, religion, you're supposed to condemn what is evil. I dare you, the Inter-Religious Council, to come out and condemn what is happening. That's when I know that you're working.
The interreligious will not condemn. Because when you saw us that you rely on this one, there is no way how you can check him.
Yeah.
It is in your platform, in your archives. You call them archives, the stored information.
Yes.
It was Heroes Day in Butambara. One of them stood before the president at my car.
I need a car, a new one.
Thanks so much, Mr.
So they are beneficiaries of
by rips.
Yes.
We're out of here. God bless you. Meet again. Goodbye for now. See you then.